In case of EU-India free trade agreements, and there have been lots of issues which will have a major impact on India, and particularly issues related to intellectual property rights, issues related to public procurement, issues related to financial sector, particularly on banking and insurance and services. In case of water and so on, it's going to have a major impact on the India's people in India as well as Indian economy as a whole. Banking is one of the major concerns in India as of now, and there have been lots of rural distress and farm crisis is going on as a result of liberalization in banking. The banking liberalization which has started in 1991, had totally deprived large number of farmers in India the loans which they need to use for their activities. As a result of which, now the bank started to function exclusively with the profit motive, because of which the banks moved, the branches in the rural areas have been closed and they started moving to urban areas, and which basically restricts the farmers' access to the loans, and which are protected loans, in the sense that this makes people vulnerable to approach the private moneylenders with the exorbitant interest cost, and which leads to various problems. For example, and it's a recent times, it's more than lots and lots of farmers committed suicide as a result of pressure from the private moneylenders. And because the current liberalization has resulted in this kind of a devastating impact on the rural community, and which we feel that the liberalization or free trade agreement with the EU may further increase such problems. Mm-hmm. One of the major interests of European Union is also to force India open its retail market. There are major plans of Tesco, Walmart, Carrefour to get into the retail business. And even though there are currently the large-scale protest against the retail trade in India is happening because the big corporates within India are opening up the retail chains, which are totally displacing small vendors and who depend on retail marketing for their basic livelihoods, are being thrown out of these opportunities. In case of EU-India free trade agreements, we are working with trade unions and farmers organizations in India in order to stop the deal, as it will have a major impact both in terms of workers, industrial workers, and on farmers. And the EU deal will only further accentuate this problem, and particularly the crisis in agricultural sectors. It is necessary for us to know what kind of a corporate interest or pushing EU to this kind of a trade deal, and it is important that the corporate interest does not supersede the interest of people.
And what is your message to the people of the UK that will inspire them to take action?
We need their support in our struggle against the corporates, both in India as well as stop the corporates from entering India.